Hey there, all my hockey fans. Wait. Hey guys, it's me, Juan. Yes, great. On Sunday, it was the Super Bowl. Yes. Yes. The Super Bowl of Super Bowls, like they always are. The real reason why we watch the Super Bowl, it's not for the damn game. It ain't. It's not. One of the reasons is for the halftime show. And this year, Lady Gaga performed, and it was very Lady Gaga-ish. But the number one reason why we all watch the Super Bowl is for the commercials. And we had some pretty good commercials, and dealing how the climate is in this country right now, it was not surprising to see some politically charged commercials, like the Budweiser one. So that's why today I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of the Super Bowl, just so you guys know what exactly, was the Super Bowl before it became the Super Bowl, and the halftime shows that weren't always such halftime shows. Yesterday was Hangover Super Bowl day, so I hope you guys are feeling better today. And if you're still hungover, damn, you had a really good time, didn't you? So just some background information. The Atlanta Falcons haven't appeared in the Super Bowl since 1998. And that was their first time appearing at a Super Bowl. So this is their second time. So good for you! 325.5 million gallons of beers are consumed during the Super Bowl. Y'all like your beer? New England Patriots has won many, many times. They have won 4 times. They're looking for their 5th ring. Good for you. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Did you know that the Super Bowl started 50 years ago in 1967? Around that time, Lyndon B. Johnson was still president. Different world we live in. The Super Bowl started as when the NFL had its rival, the AFL, so the National Football League, and the American Football League would come together once a year to have a match called the AFL-NFL World Championship game. But when those two companies merged and the NFL became sole controller of football, then they created the National Football Conference and the American Football Conference. And then those two have their own teams, and then they each, fight until each one has a champion, and they come together, and this is the Super Bowl. Did you know that? The Super Bowl wasn't always such a big American thing. It got its fame mostly from the halftime shows. So the NFL really has to thank Michael Jackson for creating the big Super Bowl, big game, because I am not a sponsor of the Super Bowl. I need to stop saying it and just say the big game. Okay? Okay. In the early stages of the Super Bowl, the halftime show was really just college marching bands performing, coming together and just putting on a good show, kind of like cheerleaders. After a while, that got boring, I would assume. So then in 1991, the producers decided that it was time to maybe continue with the themes, but throw some pop stars in there since, we wanted to get more viewers. And in 1991, the New Kids on the Block performed, and they saw a spike in viewership. But it wasn't until 1993 when Michael Jackson performed his Super Bowl halftime show that it really took off. Michael Jackson, just turns everything to gold. After Michael Jackson's halftime show, then every year it was the biggest pop stars of that time performing, and viewership grew and grew and grew, mainly because of the halftime show. A huge portion is people who are interested in football and the game, but the Super Bowl has never actually been the main part about the game. Advertising became such a huge deal for the Super Bowl as viewership grew and grew and grew, because the more people that watch, the more people that'll see your advertising, your commercial, and more people would flood to your brand. For example, for the first Super Bowl ever in 1967, a 30-second commercial cost you around $42,500. That year, they had a total of 51 million viewers. So let me put it into perspective for 2016, last year. There was a total viewership of 111 million people watching the Super Bowl. A 30-second ad would cost you $5 million. $111 million, we're doing math live. divided by 5 million.
One eternity later.
You paid $22 per person to see your ad. Did you know 1.2 billion wings are consumed during the big game? Whether it be hot wings, barbecue wings, Asian wings, whatever kind of wings. 1.2 billion wings. Other fun facts for the Super Bowl, the most watched Super Bowl. Do you think you know what it is? Let me give you some time. Was it the 2003 Super Bowl, the 2013 Super Bowl, 2016, or 2015? I'll give you some time. Time's up, bitches. The answer is the 2015 Super Bowl was the most watched Super Bowl in modern history. 114 million viewers. Who was the halftime performer then? Katy Perry, the Left Shark. Duh. Did your team win the Super Bowl? Did your team even make it close? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and then come back next week for more here on That's Juan. I'm Juan, and I'll see you guys next week.